Yippee! I'm glad you guys like them. This has all been a long time coming. I'm excited you guys are all here. Yeah. Also, do you like the little guy? The little guy is what T has been cooking up for me. He'll get a proper introduction in just a bit, but little friend. The little guy is perfect. Yay. The silly little guy. He's my silly little Borb. He's our silly little Borb. Alright. Now I guess for the moment of truth. To see if you guys, if all the buttons that I've set up actually do the things that they're supposed to. Hi everybody! Hi! It's me! Back with a new face! I am absolutely in love with this model! I couldn't be happier. It's so good. I hope you guys also think it's cool. Yeah. Thank you, thank you. Court is now in session though. I'm still my same me. But now I can officially welcome you to the library. Thank you, thank you. Yep, we also have a couple of new updates for people who have been around. So everything has basically gotten a visual update at this point. All of my like backgrounds and stuff, at least the ones that I'm actually on, and you know, you guys get a little bit of an update too with the shiny new chat widgets and stuff. It's very exciting. I feel so professional now. Look magically delicious, lol. But I feel like I think I did a very good job of keeping this still the same me that you guys knew before. So I really hope that, you know, you guys still see that. Yeah, I couldn't be happier with this model. Yeah. I couldn't be happier. Oh my goodness. Yeah, big updates. There's also new alerts for all of that stuff. That's pretty neat. Yeah. Other big updates? You guys have already found the emotes, which is also one of the big ones. I will be completely honest. I went ahead and implemented those on Tuesday after stream, so that way I could start using them when I go into other people's chats. That was purely me being a little bit selfish, though. I'm fully aware of that. But, yes. Same cute wings, the outfits. Magically bleached and imbued with magic? Yes. I mean, there's still a decent amount of color. If anything, there's more color than there was before. So I am really happy with that. Especially, yeah. Just the whole thing. It feels so very much like what I was hoping for in the beginning. And yeah, it's neat. But yes. Yes, it's still very much me. And I could not be more excited about that. That grabs attention. Yay! That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for. Hehe. And I mean, even with, you know, the new setup, the shiny new gloss coat on everything, I still have plans that I think are still in line with what I was doing before. So yeah. Yeah. So at what point should I break out the cliche PowerPoints? Because, I know most of you guys officially already know me and stuff. But for my own self-indulgent thing, I did prepare a PowerPoint. So, that's a thing. Yeah. Yeah. Ready for my TED Talk? Okay, okay. It's good to do an intro? Could officially clip it. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, is I know that a lot of you guys are already knowing me and all of that good stuff. But, you know, this way, at least, I can have something that I can direct all of the new people to when they try and be like, what the fuck is that? But yeah, and then I do have one final little surprise that I'm saving for the end. So yeah. In case you yeah. Nope, I'm not even gonna give you hints as to what those things are. But yeah. Alright, alright. There's a certain amount of like, I don't know how else to put it, but the self-aware cringe of realizing that I'm a VTuber in 2025 doing a PowerPoint. But you know what? Cringe is dead. Cringe is dead. And... Or I'm cringe and I'm free? I don't know. I don't know. We're just rolling with it, okay? We're gonna roll with that. Let's kick off the party. Excellent. What's it? Yes. Alright. So, in that case, let me make sure that things are good. It should be. And once again, this is another, like, did I set up my hotkeys right? We're gonna fucking find out together. Who would have thought? Me setting up hotkeys correctly. Miracles are possible, everybody. Truly. Alright. First try! Yeah! Okay, I'm not even gonna lie. Getting all of those hotkeys to work together, that's like 6 different hotkeys in a trench coat. I'm so proud of that. But yeah, it's PowerPoint time. Lock in, everybody. It's time for my TED Talk on myself because I like to talk. So yeah. For also have a mod now. So professional. You know, that's the fun thing. She's been here the whole time. But yes, I do have. So better behave. Yeah, she's a chronic lurker. She's always watching you, Mike Wazowski. Always watching you. But yeah. Long time lurker, so everybody behave yourselves, because we do have mods now. So yeah. Alright, so, oh boy, here we go. PowerPoint time. Hi, I'm Scribe. So, in case you were calling me Gorvis in the chat, it's okay. I forgive you. My name's Scribe, though. My pronouns, they, them, but it's fine if you forget. I'm only gonna I'm not gonna be upset. I'm just gonna be mildly disappointed. You don't need to know how old I am. I know that it's my birthday, and that's the sort of thing that I should be able to talk. But I'm old enough to rent a U-Haul, and that's all that matters. So, yeah. I'm this many tall, which is fairly average for a crow. So, I'm pretty happy with that. For better or worse, I speak English and Spanglish, by which I mean I took 2 years in college and I forgot most of it since. And yeah, if the first slide didn't glee in, I'm also a librarian, which is also fun because for those who don't know, I'm currently in grad school working on a master's degree in library and information science, with a concentration in archives and records management. So that's why I'm here. And yeah, I know some French and Japanese words. Yeah, I know like a little bit. I can, Sakoshi Hanashimasu, but that's about it. That's still very much a work in progress. And it's not me who knows French, that would be T. I took Spanish, she took, French out of spite. Because she wanted to be different. And I don't know which of us suffered more. So, yeah. But, yeah. Things I like. I like lots of things. I wanted to keep this positive, so I just have things I like. I like sweet foods and French fries. Potatoes in any form, really. And, like, yeah. And longtime viewers and those who know me are aware of caffeinated beverages. Because a bird enjoys their caffeine. So, baked potato, yes. Potatoes are good. And also the hamster. And some of my favorite animes. Because I am an anime bird, therefore I have to like some anime, right? So my very favorite is Madoka Magica, which I think might explain a whole lot of things about me. I don't know if those things are good things, but they're things. For better or worse. Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood, of course. And then my guilty pleasure anime is Black Butler. For video games, I like a whole lot of like indie games, so too many to put on a list. So I'm just putting it down as categories, generally speaking, of puzzle games, RPGs, and horror and spooky stuff, and also teamfight tactics. And then I ran out of room, but I also want to include rhythm games, because at some point, yeah, maybe I'll be subjecting you to Miku. Because, yeah. A random fun fact about me is I have the achievement in Colorful Stage for logging in for a year. I have a problem, and I'm aware, and maybe someday I'll subject you guys to it. Because I'm a librarian, I'm sure that you guys will want to know what kinds of books I like. I mostly lean towards lots of like fantasy stuff. But I read pretty much anything. But my all-time favorite book is The Starless Sea. It is absolutely delightful. It's everything. It is if you have not read it, The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. That is probably my favorite book of all time. It is delightful. It is a standalone, so it's not even like that much of a commitment. and it is beautiful. Just, yeah. It's dreamy and magical about a library out of space, and cannot recommend it enough. Then also the Locked Tomb series, starting with Gideon the Ninth. I at some point would like to make a whole ass YouTube video about why Harrow the Ninth is a literary masterpiece, because I truly believe that. So, yeah. That one's also good. It's very, like, science fiction and fantasy space opera. I don't know how else to put that. And then, as just a random manga recommendation, I also really like Witch Hat Atelier, which is absolutely adorable. It's so cute. It is completely, you know, it's not spooky at all. It's very wholesome. Cannot recommend it enough. So, yeah. Can't wait for the Witch Hat Atelier anime. Me too! It's gonna be so cute. I found it, like, a while ago when I think I literally found it as a book that someone else returned when I was working at one of the libraries I was at before. And I was like, oh, this is so pretty. And then just, you know, picked it up out of the bookshop, as you do. When you have the opportunity to basically get your recommendations peer-reviewed anonymously, because they came through the book drop. And it's delightful. It's absolutely delightful, and I cannot wait for the anime. So my hobbies, though, on the outside of streaming and playing the video games, are, like, creative writing and making art and stuff. And crochet, which is, you know, maybe someday I'll share some of the things that I've made, but that, you know, that's my, I like to make little things that I can hold, because then I can, like, you know, be listening to a podcast and have something tangible at the end of it, you know? And then, of course, as I have mentioned before on stream, I also do HEMA, which is Historical European Martial Arts, for those who are not aware, which basically means that I fight with swords. That's a thing that I do. I have a class that I go to every week, and we fight with swords. Specifically, I do Renaissance era fencing with Italian side sword. So that's very fun. I've been at it for almost 9 months now. I started back in January, so yeah. That's the thing. And, you know, if I ever get 3D or, like, the full body tracking stuff, I will find a way to bring that on stream. But yeah. And then some of the kinds of music I like. I like a little bit of everything. I am a weird person who does not have necessarily a favorite genre. I will go through, like, seasons of being, like, really into a genre before, like, moving on to the next. And that means that I just like a whole lot of things. Like, I think one of the easiest ways to describe me is saying I'm a metalhead. Because I do be liking some metal. But then at the same time, you know, Hatsune Miku. And I do like a lot of, like, Vocaloid and J-pop, as I'm sure you guys have seen from those who've listened to my covers. That's kind of the way that I lean with that sort of thing. But yeah, very diverse music taste. Yeah. And what's next? Plan content. Yes. So my plans going forward, for up until now, I've kind of mostly just been on Twitch, and that's been really fun, and I don't plan on changing that anytime soon. I still plan on keeping my regular stream schedule, because I usually will stream 3 days a week. So I'll usually do a Tuesday afternoon and then a Thursday and Saturday evening stream. Which is what this is. Is one of those. But I plan on, here on Twitch, I plan on continuing to play lots of puzzle games and also Teamfight Tactics because I gotta get back to Plat, okay? I gotta get back to Plat. I've been stuck in like Gold 3, Gold 4, right at that border for the longest time, and I would like to get back to Plat again. So I plan on doing that this season. It's just a matter of actually putting in the time to grind. Then because we're about to get into October, I'm also planning on pulling in a couple more like spooky stuff. Unfortunately, I can't join everybody on the Silent Hill F train, mostly because I don't have $70 for a game, and also because I worry that I've seen a couple of other people playing it, and it seems to be pretty intense, and while I'm sure that I could figure out a way to make that work with my current main setup, I am pretty sure my computer would explode. So it's mostly, we're probably going to be sticking to a lot more like indie stuff. I have a couple of titles picked out that I fully intend to tell you guys about later. But yeah, and then for YouTube, still stream clips like I have been trying to do, hopefully more consistently. Song covers, as I do be enjoying singing a little song. I have the hubris to think that I have a very nice singing voice, and therefore that is now your problem. So, yeah. And then I also have a second YouTube channel where I have previously done some video essays talking about different books and that sort of stuff, and I have plans to, once we survive all of this, I fully intend to start acting upon those plans, returning to making some book-related stuff for you guys' listening pleasure. And yeah, and who knows, maybe even some like story time stuff in the future. But yeah. Our problem? I mean, our blessing? Yes. Whoa, my singing be upon ye. So, yeah. So my goals for this is especially things that I know are pretty far off, is someday, very far in the future, I would like to make partner here on Twitch. I'd like to get the followers on the YouTubes. That would be really, really cool. Yeah. And of course, I want to get Latin Teamfight Tactics again, because I got it for Cyber City, and I have been hard stuck ever since. So that would be really cool if I could get that again. Yeah. Prove I'm good at the game and all of that. So, yeah. Masters! You know, I did think about putting Diamond on here instead, but I was like, nah, I don't want to get too ahead of myself. Even though that is the goal, is to someday, like, just see how far I can go, you know? Like, to see how good I can get at the game. See me at the LCS at some point. MLG Pro Teamfight Tactics, that's me. Can you even fucking imagine? Like, yeah, that's a thing. And then, yeah. And then, so, socials, the tags. And, none of these are technically new, but I'm hoping that if I actually tell you guys, then they could actually be used. So, yeah. So, general tags, art tags, and then if you guys make clips and want to post them places, I want people to be able to find them. So, yeah. And then all of my socials and all of the places I regularly post. I also have an Instagram. I think that one's just under Corviscribe. But I just kind of auto post there. I'm not super active. So if you want to find me and all of the cool shit, it's either on Blue Sky or through the Discord. Which, yeah, can always use the exclamation mark Discord in order to get a link for yourself. So yeah. And then I also have an Oshi mark because a bird is a weeb. And that is just the blackbird emoji and the writing hand. I know sometimes the blackbird doesn't show up, or it shows up as just like a red bird and a black square. That's fine, it still counts. But yeah, that's those. What else I got? Oh, yeah, it's time. I get to show you guys all the new shit. You don't even know how excited I am. So yeah. Let's head back. Hi. Oh boy. So should we show off the model? I want to show you guys the fit. I want to show you guys what I've been working on. Okay. Because yeah. Let's all right. Make sure I don't like accidentally turn the camera wrong. Yeah? Hi. Let me zoom out here just a little bit. Let's see this. Yeah, I'm ascending. Let me just Hi. Boop, boop, boop. It's me! Hi! With a silly new little outfit. Aren't I cute? Yeah. It still is very much in line with the same vibes as the previous outfit, but I am pretty happy with, you know, how different it is at the same time. So, yeah. I got my big stompies. Let me. I got the big stompies. Butt capes! Yes! The butt capes were gonna be a necessity. I knew that one of my favorite parts of the old design was having the butt capes. And that was something that I knew I was going to need for any new design that I got. So, yeah. And yeah. It still is, I think, and then also, of course, the silly is, I have the silly hat as well, which is cool. Let me come back in. That's you guys. Because one thing I can do that not a lot of people can do is, let me see if I can. It's rotate. Haha! You see? I can spin. Hee. Because I got a silly hat, and I gotta show you guys that I have a silly hat. So yeah. Hee. Gets rotated. Ah. Hee. Hee. But yeah, I'm so happy about this. Yeah. Bring it back in a little bit. There we go. Yeah? Good enough. Here we go. But yeah, I am super happy with how everything turned out. Most of the work was I made this model myself and did a lot of the fun rigging and stuff myself. Not that there's like too much to do, but I did this time get to add in some very fun little expression things. So yeah, I mean, you obviously can see that I am, you know, like I am, and there's a little bit of expression tracking here. But I also have a couple of fun little toggles, like Sparkles! Sparkles! I'm so happy! Hehe. And, yeah, and, what else I got? But I'm so sad. I'm so sad. Big Sag. But you guys gotta make sure that you behave yourself in chat. Otherwise, I will be angry. I will be so angry. Yeah. But yeah, and then if you guys do anything crazy, a good way, then I might be so surprised. I might be so shocked. So yeah, I got some fun new things. I got fun new things, and it's nothing like. I know it's not like super crazy, but I'm really happy with how everything turned out. I'm so happy with all of it. 'Cause yeah. And of course, I didn't make all of the like asset things myself. I have a whole list of credits down in the description, especially with all of the many items that I had purchased for this model to make it what it is, and the things that I bought and modified to make this model. Take a little sippy. Before I introduce you to who I am sure is going to be the star of the show from now on. This little guy. Who you already saw on the start screen, who's been hanging out with me this whole time. This is Throckmorton, as he has been so lovingly named by his creator, T. So when I said a while back that I was having T help me on a project, that was this little guy. And the fun thing about him is that he is actually going to be a little guy for you guys to play with. He'll be able to, for a few shinies, you'll be able to have him talk for you.
Hello, everyone.
So yeah, you now have redeems. I have re-enabled the redeems to be able to use text-to-speech with everybody's new favorite little guy, Throckmorton. But that is And I am admittedly a little bit nervous about enabling all of these. These are not the only new toys that you have to play with. I am re-enabling now a whole bunch of things for you guys. We have some new redeems. Who wants to take the first shot? I will wait. Because we now have a couple of different options for throwable things. Thank you so much for the hydrate. And there's cheese. Did it work? Am I gonna get cheesed? Oh, fuck.
Hydrate or dihydrate less than 3.
Yay! These ones work. Did I do these right? Oh. Oh no! Fuck! Yes! Oh fuck, that was the dinosaur! So, that one's actually pretty fun. There's actually a couple of different plushies in the mix that you can throw. Gotta catch them all! Ah! So yeah. So yes, you guys have throwables now. As promised so long ago. You now have throwables. Abuse me at your own discretion. That one does not have anything fun yet, unfortunately. But everything else. Feel free to, yeah. Ah! So yeah, that's the big stuff that we got tonight. You can now throw things. Throckmorton is also talkative. When, you know, so now I think if I've got everything set up right, now you can use the text-to-speech as well when doing stuff with bits and that sort of thing too. But yeah. And then of course, I know you guys already found there's also sound redeems as well that are on. So that's pretty neat. Yeah. Make sure that all of these are working. I hope that everything's okay. That's really what I've got. But yeah. Yep. So yeah, that's all the new stuff that I've got for you guys. We now have a little guy. You can now inflict violence upon me, and I've got a fun new outfit. So yeah, and new backgrounds and everything. And yeah. I'm glad it seems like you guys. What's his name? His name, as given by his creator, is Throckmorton. So if you guys have a sufficiently creative and fun name, we can consider renaming him. Do we have a name besides your flock? Do you want a name besides being the flock? Because a while back, I had floated the idea of being bird nerds. I don't know if that's gonna stick, but that one's also pretty good. If you guys have names, what do you guys want to be? As long as it's something that I can, you know, say on Twitch. Being some motherfuckers isn't so bad. I mean, it is pretty good. That is pretty good. So, yeah. I mean, we are the flock. Like, I've floated other names for things in the past, but I think I'm honestly kind of getting attached to being, to having my flock. It's it's spurred without, you know, having to call ourselves like the Unaliving Squad or something for TikTok. And it's mildly culty, which we aren't a cult, but we could be. But we're not, but we could be. For your consideration. So, that's a thing. But, yeah. Guess Murder Squad is taken, and what are we? Some kind of a Suicide Squad? Yeah, that's the fun thing. Not fun about trying to come up with names for us. Is that there's so many good ones, but being completely creative is a little bit difficult. So if you guys come up with a sufficiently good name, or bad, I don't know, you know, then maybe we can consider changing things in the future. But for now, we are a flock. And we have Little Throckmorton as our mascot, unless you guys have ideas for other names. Because admittedly, the name Throckmorton came along very early in the process as somewhat of a meme. And it stuck. 'Twas a meme involving a plush crow from a Reddit thread. Yeah, that's I think all I can really say is yeah, very early on. I let T have basically complete creative freedom over what Throckmorton became. I just said I wanted him to be a little marketable plushie of a little guy. I wanted him to look chuckable. And I think that she succeeded in that. So, yeah. It's very, very fun, very exciting. Yeah. It's so wild to be here now, though. Just, yeah. This has been in the works. It does look floppy and abusable. I love him. I want a plush of him that I can cuddle every night. I think if I ever get to the point that I can have merch, I will push to get a Throckmorton plushie before I get a plush of myself. Because I want to throw this guy at a wall full force. So bad. With all the love in my heart. I think I need that in my life. Like, with all the love that I have. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I would die for this little creature, but I also want to chuck him at a wall. Does that make sense? But yeah. Feel free to talk with Throckmorton. He's a little guy. He's our little guy. So, classic comedy to girlies. Yes. And as long as you guys are good with him, then we'll keep him as a channel point redeem. Just be nice, okay? So, yeah. Oh boy. Do I have any other fun updates? I was gonna make a list and then I forgot. I was gonna make a list of all the things I wanted to talk about with you guys, and then I forgot. He's a silly little guy, just vibing. He can stay. Yay! I'm glad that he's got your seal of approval. That's very good. That is good. So, yeah. Well, once again, I have I have the credit stock in the like stream panels. It's gonna be linked, and it's gonna be continue to be updated as I continue to add more things to the stream, because I have plans. They're in motion. I have plans to add even more emotes. I fully intend to continue adding to the rewards that I can give you guys. More sound things, more emotes, more silly redeems. And if you guys come up with like ideas for things that you would like, I would absolutely appreciate any suggestion. So yeah. I might even try and make a specific channel in the Discord if I don't have one already. Just for that sort of thing. But for tonight, I figured that it would be a good idea for us to, you know, I think I mentioned on Tuesday that I picked up a game that I have never played before, but I've wanted to for years. And that is Cult of the Lamb. So tonight, we are going to be starting a playthrough of Cult of the Lamb, which has some very fun Twitch integrations that I look forward to taking full advantage of. So you guys get to join in on the fun. Yeah. I have no idea how it works, but we're gonna figure it out together. So, yeah. That's what we're up to tonight. Up. So, yeah. Let me... On that high note, yeah, this is me doing a VTuber debut. Yeah. Let me change over the stream category, and we can even just go ahead and start playing. Cause I won't play game. I won't play video game with you guys. If that's cool. Up. So yay. Let me also grab my controller, because that's also a thing I'm going to need for this. And then hope that my phone or my headset doesn't die at some point during the night. And then we get to play video games. Where the hell is... Do you know when you do the thing where, like, you plug in the USB and then you are like, oh, wrong way, and then you flip it over and then you have the same, this gotta be lean and supple? Yes, it's pretty cool. There's actually a whole lot more bounce and jiggle to this model than there was with my previous model. Just, I'm not even talking about what you typically think of in the jiggle physics. I'm just a bouncy little guy, which is so cool. It feels very animated, you know? Like my hair has a whole lot of sway and stuff. And there's just like a whole lot of fun, like, oh yeah, I can lean and stuff. It's very animated, and I love that. Like, yeah, there's just so much with this model. Also, my one of my favorite silly little things is I got fine teeth. I don't know if you can see them, but I have little sharp teeth. Oh, cute. Thank you. I was like, I could be normal, or I could have little teeths. I feel like I smile like a cat now, for better or worse. But, you know, I feel like that, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. So, on that high note, though, let's go play video games. Didn't notice that? Look up a lot. Makes you feel more tiny. I mean, the tracking on this is also just a little bit better, I would say. Even though it's still tracking through my webcam, I would say that a lot of this is still, like... It does a better job of reading my actual expressions, for the most part. There's a lot of stuff where there's still things is like, yeah, if I had an iPhone, yeah, of course it would do better with, like, getting my face. But all things considered, I think it does a really good job of getting my, like, average expression. Because, like, one thing that I noticed with the previous model, and it's not like it bothered me exactly, but my previous model had, like, was very smiley. Like, the way that it tracked my expressions meant that a lot of times it would default to just smiling, just based on my base expression. And this is, for better or worse, a little bit more accurate to how expressive I actually am. It does mean that I need to work harder to actually, you know, emote outside of toggles, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. So, it's overall a lot more accurate. Mischievous green little barb. I love. Yes. Yeah. Just like... I knew with this one that I needed to make sure that the tracking for at least the neutral expression was a little bit more accurate, shall we say? 'Cause I'm not that happy. Come now. Like, have you been here? Have you seen me? You've got to earn that smile now. This is much more accurate to how I am. Had to gain the experience. Yeah. It feels like more like it's actually, you know, something unique if I've got whatever expressions. I don't know. Yeah. So that's a thing. We're doing things now. And on that high note, looks like we've got an ad break coming in like a minute, so we might that might be a good time for me to start getting things loaded up. So yeah, so that way all of the folks who don't have the Prime or whatever, or the subscriptions, that's another thing. We have new sub badges. So there still, I think, is a couple of Founders badges left. But for those who don't want to use them, I don't know exactly how that works, but we do have new subscription badges. They're new, they're shiny, they're higher quality PNGs, if you will. The same as I had before with the feathers, but there's more colors now. And they're shiny. Yeah, it's neat. So, yeah, feel free to check those out too. Yeah. What else? What else do I have? I know I've got other things. Do I have other things? I'm sure that there will be things that come up over the course of naturally being here that you'll be like, wait a fucking second, that's different. But I can't think of them right now because I didn't make the list that I thought I was going to make originally. So yeah. Take another little sippy. And yeah. On that high note, cheese snack. Oh, thanks. Thank you. Let's see. Alright. Alright, so it looks like we have just gone to ads, which, to me, seems like a good time to start getting the game loaded up. Let's do that. Alright. Did I do this right? Let's find out. Because I did. I have never played before. I did launch the game briefly earlier today to try and get all of my stuff set up. Do I have a thing? Do I have a name for the